Welcome back to another Overwatch Coach VOD review. We've got an Anna in Gold 1 who has peaked in Plat 5. No given introduction on this one, so let's dig right into it. So this is our Anna, and it looks like we've got two players here that haven't picked. So let's actually move this forward just a little bit. And... okay. Now we've got our team. So, alright, Anna with this, what are we up against here? So they do have a Kiriko to cleanse your antis, but you can still get the sleeps off and you can be aggressive with antis and pump them out versus the cleansing can only do one of every two, basically. So the one thing I don't like about your team is your DPS. I don't like the Tracer and I don't like the Soldier. I would sub that out with Sojourn and Tracer, just about anything else really. In terms of the enemy team, the Mercy on the Ashe is going to be an issue. The Reaper on your Winston is going to be an issue. And then I could definitely see the Winston on you guys being an issue. So I kind of like the enemy team comp better. But let's see how this all gets executed here. So let's get back on you. Good anti. Good kill on the Mercy. So the only thing is where was your Winston? He jumps. Okay, he's down there. So yeah, the one thing I would say is when you kill the Mercy, you guys traded Winston for you killing the Mercy as opposed to you healing the Winston. That's the only thing I'm going to say there. It was definitely a good kill on the Mercy, and both of their supports are dead, so it does give you guys a little bit of a one-up. But I just want that pointed out, because that doesn't always go that way. So it was a gutsy decision. But it paid off that time. Will it pay off like that in the future? I don't know. But typically, you'd probably want to see a little bit more focus on the healing as opposed to killing the Mercy. But one of those things where maybe it's a bad habit that paid off and what kind of feeds into a bad habit. But if you're looking at making the right play, a little bit more focus on the healing could have been advantageous. But it was a good kill nonetheless. Little early on the anti. They could have waited that anti out without having to engage or getting it cleansed. Now, interestingly enough, the Winston's going to dive in while being anti'd anyway. Now, he's so high up on the map at the moment, there's really not a lot to punish him. So it's just another reason why the anti could have been held a little longer. So okay, when you were in right here, what I would be looking for from you at this point is rotate around this tower. Just rotate around the other way. Because you don't have good sight lines here. You can't really see much other than the Winston that's about to dive you and the Soldier who's basically point blank. Oh, and Kiriko's there. Yeah, okay. Winston got a little overzealous, but I would still be looking to rotate around to the other side here.
Barricades moving.
I like that you're willing to use your scope. I've seen a lot of people who seem like they feel like they shouldn't use it because it, for whatever reason, I don't know, but You're quick scoping it and everything. That's good. Okay, the Roadhog has identified himself. Yeah, that nade was ambitious at best. Even if that lands, they're not engaged in the fight and they can just back up again. So you're throwing your nades a little on the premature side here. Let them engage to a point where they can't just easily retreat, and then throw the nade down, and then watch them squirm and struggle. Yeah, like that.
Robot pushing.
I grew tired of fighting alone.
Enemy turret ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's time to move out of that spot. Don't get too comfortable there, because your time for being up there is gone. So, yeah, you could take that high ground to your right. You could play behind the robot, too. But I think that's a good spot where you're at right now.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Tactical visor activated.
You kind of just threw that nade and just kind of hoped and prayed that it would hit something, and it didn't hit anything. Imagine if you had it like now, throwing it, at least you know you're gonna hit something. But yeah, the nade usage, or even if you had your nade right now, look what you could get off of it. So that was a very deep push into their side, though. So all you really got to do here is just regroup, get your team respawned and regrouped here, and you win like 1 or 2 more fights, you'll be right back in that spot again. Good sleep. Good anti. It would be nice if your team would have dropped down on him, though, to punish him when he got anti'd, but you can only do so much. Okay, top off your Roadhog.
Taking care of you.
Oh.
My ultimate's ready. Hi there. Hiya. Hiya.
Forward spawn activated.
So those 2 guys that are off over there need to get back with you. Yeah, okay, they're making their way. Pump your hog full of heals here. Then he's back into a pincushion.
I needed that.
Good sleep. Good anti, yep.
Taking care of you.
So far you're doing a fairly good job at punishing that Roadhog. A couple nades a little on the premature side, but for the most part, he's got your attention. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Superior numbers. I'm under attack.
Yeah, so let's see. Did you even have your sleep dart when that ult happened? Nope, you didn't. So there was nothing you could do there. Yeah, there's just nothing you could do.
I'm under attack.
All you can do now is just get out. And that's what you're doing.
Heading off.
Good sleep.
My ultimate is ready.
Got cleansed.
Let's go.
Keep
Tactical visor.
running, keep running.
Keep them in.
Probably didn't need to throw that nade to heal yourself. I think you were pretty much in the clear there.
I'll keep you up.
I don't know if that's going to actually be something that's going to punish you or not, but
Tactical visor ready for deployment. My ultimate is ready. Let's go.
get to high ground here.
You're powered up.
Okay, I love to see the nano confirm. Love it. There are people that are playing in much higher elos than you that do not have that turned on and have some really weird reactions when they get told about it. They either get angry or they are just completely oblivious to the settings, so I love to see it. Oh, I see a ping on the Reaper. That's good. Your team did not pay any attention to it, though, and then your sleep dart went into your Kiriko. And the Roadhog got lost in the shuffle of all the mayhem going on, so he's down, and now they're gonna start getting momentum now.
Echo here. They're pushing the
Try to
barricade.
regroup.
Dusting off.
My ultimate is almost ready.
We need to put a stop to their
Could have got a shot or two off on that Kiriko.
I'm here. Keep fighting.
Let the Kitsune
Nice
guide
nade.
you.
Got the Reaper with it. That's good. Yeah, get that hog healed up. Get Echo healed. Echo, yep,
Come on,
good, good.
Kitty. You're
Alright.
ours now.
Hi.
Okay, other direction.
This has been a very back and forth game after that initial strong push for you guys.
Big prize.
So far we're kind of at the middle point of the game. I still think it's worth pushing the robot. We're not at the point yet where you would camp it like at the middle of the map yet.
Forward spawn activated.
Yeah, don't use your nade there. There's not enough incoming fire to warrant that kind of a response. Hold your nade, heal everybody up, save it for the Roadhog or whoever else needs to be antied or emergency healed. That wasn't needed. Also, I'd like to be seeing the Kiriko healing more of the DPS and you healing more of the tank versus the other way around. Anna should be more of the tank healer, and if it's Anna Kiriko, then the Kiriko's responsibility is keeping the DPS healed first and then healing the tank second. I feel like these roles have been a little on the backwards side a little bit here, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be healing the DPS, but I'd just like to be seeing some of the focus from this Kiriko going a little bit more.
Taking flight. Hush now.
Good sleep.
We're leaving for waiting. You're powered up. Get in there.
Where's your Kiriko?
Duplicating torpedoes. Taking you out.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate nade. I think you were trying to anti with it, but the hog got in the way. And then on top of that, he's antied anyway, so he didn't even get any value from that nade. So that's just something you got to be careful about. I think that one kind of happens to the best of us sometimes, but yeah, just try to be a little bit more careful on when and how you're throwing some of those. Again, that nade was used for healing. I'd have saved that for the anti. Okay, looks like both hogs are down, so it's an even trade. So I would be careful about pushing the robot any further here. I mean, you could maybe get a couple, maybe another meter or two out of it, but your hog died, their hog died. You're basically right in front of their spawn. You're not anywhere near your spawn. They've got spawn advantage. So I wouldn't really be forcing the issue here of this robot being pushed forward, because now we're starting to get toward the end of the game. You've got a huge lead and you've got no tank. They're going to have a tank sooner, and I'm betting that's what's going to spawn a bit of a mismatch. Yeah, to see that Kiriko fed there. So now the whole team's got to regroup, and most of your team was already raiding on the Roadhog to respawn to regroup, and now your Echo's dead. So even when you get your Kiriko back, now you gotta wait for your Echo.
Forward spawn lost. Check to
And now she's dead, so yeah, this is...
I'm here. Keep fighting.
Boy, this is a trickle fest that I would not expect at a level of this game.
30 seconds
But it surprises me how much people still trickle in this game at all ranks. But I feel like that point has been driven home so much by so many different VOD reviewers. You'd think people would, and this isn't you doing it, it's your team doing it. Bad nade though. Your nades have gotten kind of not great as the game went on. They were really on point for the most part in the beginning, outside of maybe just like slight timing issues, but as this game went on, they've kind of fallen off a little bit. Not the greatest nano either, because that Echo really couldn't do anything with it. If you're gonna nano Echo, wait until they grab a tank and Echo that tank, and then you nano them, because then you got a second tank basically. But you don't usually want to nano Echo as regular Echo. Like right there, like if they had nano, they're still using their ultimate and getting whatever value they can get off of it. I do like that you're focusing on trying to heal the Echo, because that Echo is taking a ton of damage, but
They're pushing.
I feel like your Kiriko is a big reason why you guys are struggling here. Because your tank died again, and I don't know what your Kiriko's doing. But it doesn't seem like they're healing enough.
It's go time.
Good nade, that's a good one. But yeah, the Roadhog just melts again. The Roadhog is not getting healed by you or Kiriko, it seems like. And at this point now, it's wow. And then they make their comeback. So, I mean, they made their comeback primarily off of your teammates trickling. To some extent, your nade usage wasn't great, but I don't know if that's necessarily what cost you the game. Your nano at the end didn't really get any value. So, in terms of points of emphasis, 1, nade timing. The timing was just a little off at times. If you wait a little bit, wait until they're in positions where they can't just easily wait it out, fall back into cover, that kind of a thing. I think you'll get a little bit more value out of your nade timings. 2, ult usage. So like, for example, when you nanoed Echo, nano Echo when they grab a tank. Like, say, for example, if your Echo grabbed Roadhog, and then you nano them, now you've got a pseudo tank, or you might have 2 Roadhogs to be healing and keeping going and whatnot. And then you could have 2 whole hogs pushing them away from the robot, and then you win the game, as opposed to nanoing Echo when she's just flying around. You know what I mean? And then number 3, what would I say for number 3? Number 3. I liked your aiming. Your sleep darts were pretty good. Your positioning wasn't terrible. Trying to think if there's anything I could be adding here. I can't really think of a third. Yeah, I can't think of a third. I think if you keep playing the way you played there, I think you'll climb, personally. Because I don't really view it as your fault. Okay, actually, wait, I do have a third. Healing tank as Anna. You were a little focused on healing the DPS over the tank. And I don't know why I didn't think of that until just now. Because that actually was a little bit on the evidence side that your tank wasn't getting healed much at the end. Typically when it's Anna Kiriko, which is the meta for support, so you'll probably find that combination quite a bit. The Kiriko should really be focused on healing the DPS, and you should be focused on healing the tank first and foremost. And it's just more in terms of ease of targets. Now, I'm not saying don't heal the DPS. You should. But make sure that tank is good first. And then if the Kiriko's dead or out of position, then you can kind of fiddle around with your healing priority a little bit more. But that tank did not get much healing at the end. And that didn't help things either. But yeah, I hope this VOD review was helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.